Why can't I get Space Dandy out of my head? Now, it's not the best anime I've ever seen, and it's not the best anime ever, but there's something about it that just sticks.
Let's dance! Life comes at you fast, just like a raging current.
I'll never forget you two. When I look out into the night sky, I'll see you.
I can't die yet, I've got too much to live for, baby! Oh yeah! The speed of light, jackknife. That's what they call me.
That was pretty deep in a stupid, rambling kind of way.
That's the dandy way to live.
Obviously, Space Dandy is unique in the sense that it's the first anime to air in a Western audience before an Eastern audience. Now that's huge, and was huge for showing the Eastern market that the Western market cares about getting anime as soon as possible. It also shows that Dandy is extremely Western for an anime. And you might be saying, Mike, I thought Bebop was a Western. Not the same kind of Western, baby! But it's not completely different because it's the same director. Dandy is similar to Bebop in the sense that you have a crew. They have a simple goal to let them eat. And there's a lot of places that you can go with that, and that's awesome. In Bebop, the lot of places that you can go to is, you can develop each character, you can give them each a backstory, and they can be completely different, right? Like Spike's in this like interlocked fate duel with Vicious, and that's awesome. Or like Faye is, this lady who's out of her time and kind of lost in space, which is crazy interesting. But Dandy isn't like that. Meow really had nothing going on before he joined the Aloha Oi. Cutie's a robot that just is programmed to follow Dandy around, but also has just a personality that doesn't, conform to what Dandy wants it to, but that's fine. And Dandy's just this guy whose goal is to, in the first episode his goal is, I guess, to go to every boobies, but that doesn't really follow throughout the show. Which, if you've seen Dandy, that makes sense. Nothing follows through the show. That's the whole goddamn point. Pretty much what I'm saying, Dandy doesn't have a goal, Dandy just kind of exists. And that is the point of the show. But the way it's different than Bebop is that because it can go anywhere, it does go everywhere. Bebop can go anywhere and it elaborates on what it's established. Dandy always abandons what it's established for something different. Each episode has a different director, which really helps the show out, because it can lead each episode to feel like it could be established into its own show. All the characters are interesting enough, and you care about them enough to where you want more of them, but you're okay with not getting more of them. Take this girl for instance, right? She shows up in a very, very early episode of Dandy, and Dandy makes her a promise. Dandy's like, hey, you grow up, you get that booty, you can join the Aloha Oi. For now, you're a kid. You should probably go with your grandpa. I don't want a kid on my ship. That would be bad. I'm not a responsible person. Even though the entire episode he's being responsible and caring for this, you also know Dandy isn't responsible because he'll blow up his ship whatever, baby. And that's fine because that's the Dandy way. But you realize he's making a good choice. And in the back of your mind, you're like, oh man. We'll get back to that later. She'll grow up and she'll join the ship. Because that's how anime works. Anime leaves a little seed in a beginning episode. And then later it's like, hey bitch, remember that thing from episode 2? We're fucking back at it, and it's episode 176, and you're like, holy shit, I forgot about that thing. Oh my god, it was 4 years ago real time, and you pulled it out, and I'm losing my marbles, baby. But Dandy says, hey, fuck you, this is a new episode. This one's about plant colonization that can have sentient thoughts and the ramifications of plants thinking. Oh, but that's too smart for you? What about this one where everyone's dead and they eat yogurt? And that's totally cool, because that's what Dandy's about, man. It's about everything, just you have these consistent characters and you really care about them, but not their well-being or what they do. You care that they exist and they have their personality, and you just want to see them do anything. It's like when you watch a YouTuber and you watch them and they start a gaming channel, right? You're like, oh man, I joined this channel because I really like agriculture and you're an agriculture YouTuber. But you started gaming? Dude, I fucking love Rocket League. Play that shit, get that goal, baby. I'll watch you play Rocket League the end of my life. Get that hat trick. Yes, thank you. Yes. Oh, but, you know, still be you. I don't want to lose the agriculture stuff because I'm super into agriculture. I'm not into agriculture, but if an agriculture YouTuber started playing Rocket League recently, hit me up. I don't play Rocket League and I don't care about cows. What the fuck am I talking about? Okay, but my point is, in that same scenario where, you know, someone is doing something that you're not expecting them to do, but you really like care about that character or person already, you want to see them do the new thing. Dandy's like that every episode. You start with a pretty like standard first episode, it sets everything up, and then they die, and you're like, okay, probably gonna get brought back to life or like something, right? And the show says, hey, fuck you. That didn't even happen, maybe. Who gives a shit? I don't care if it happened or not. They're fucking doing something else now, and I don't care, okay? Don't ask me to be responsible for what I wrote in the last episode. No one wants that. And you're like, I kind of want that. And he's like, nah, bro, you don't want that. And you're like, okay, bro, I think you're right, actually. Now that I've finished the show, I don't think I wanted that. I think I wanted this. So I'll just shut my stupid viewer ass up and, you know, throw all my anime knowledge out the window for this show that just is so fucking unique. And like, it's incredible to make something so disjointed yet so uniform. And that might be it. That might be it. It might be the thing I'm chasing, right? Because it has different directors, it has different composers, it has different writers for each episode. And somehow it's so dandy. And like, yeah, every universe has a dandy, and that's believable. You believe that by the end of the show, because there's something so distinctive about Dandy, yeah, it can fit into any mold, right? If you see Dandy in a drama, it's going to be just as interesting as Dandy in an action comedy, and it's going to be the same Dandy, but different aspects. And like, the last episode, watch out, there's spoilers maybe. You're watching a video on Dandy and you haven't seen it and it's really short, so I don't know why you're doing that. Just go watch it. But the last episode just like brings everything together and not at the same time. It's like, yeah, it doubles down on the fact that it doesn't matter. It's like, hey, none of this matters. And when Dandy is proposed with the question of if it matters and if he wants to take this chaos by the reins and like actually make something out of it, he says no, because it's not fun. The whole reason why Dandy is fun is because those reins aren't taken. The reins are taken in the sense that, you know, we're watching all of these side stories in different universes, and those are all, you know, compacted stories. But if you take the Dandy universe and you take it by the reins like Dandy was proposed to do, it's just a regular show. And to be honest, I don't think that that's all that dandy.